Fortnite is finished. Oh, God. Look at this, bro. LTMs are gone. Donald Mustard has quit. Holiday events are lazy. Live events are done. V-Buck prices are increasing. Collabs are declining. No, they're not. No, we all know that's a lie. 16% of the employees are fired. Save the World is over. Epic owes over $245 million. Actually, it's $500 million. And now Epic is relied on creative. Oh, God. It's the end of the world, Chad. Fortnite's done. It's over. All these things mean it's the end of the game. I haven't even broken apart the logic yet, but like, do you see how stupid this sounds? With all due respect, this sounds really dumb, okay? Let's go at each one of these points. First of all, LTMs being gone, the LTMs can come back at any time, right? I understand that Epic wanted to have a greater emphasis on creative, but I always been under the assumption that LTMs, even if it might take a while, I have a feeling that LTMs will come back at some point in time. Donald Mustard has quit. Because Mustard quit, then that means Fortnite can't be good? What if Fortnite gets better because Mustard left? I already had 2 videos talking about that. Yes, Mustard is leaving. We love Mustard. We'll miss him. But at the same time, it's time for him to move on and let somebody else take over his spot. I've seen this happen in my lifetime with other brands like Transformers at Hasbro. Transformers has had, since I've been alive, I think 3 different creative directors that were in charge of like the direction that Hasbro took Transformers. When I was a kid and Transformers Armada came out, I forget the guy's name that took over, but he was the reason why Transformers started leaning back into more of the original concept. Like they were getting out of the Beast Wars era and they were starting to go back to vehicles. Transformers Armada was kind of the first series outside of Robots in Disguise. It was the first series to go back to getting back to Transformers roots, right? The point that I'm getting at here is this happens in companies all the time, right? People leave, new people come in, and a lot of the time when new people come in, you got a fresh face, they've got new ideas, they get excited about being a part of the company, they come in with a lot of really exciting stuff. They look back at what came before, they take the best elements of that, they incorporate their own ideas that they've learned from other places that they've been, and they make a new product for a new generation of people, which gets people more excited. There's nothing wrong with Mustard leaving and this other guy stepping in. That's a W. Sometimes you need to cycle people through to keep ideas fresh. Holiday events are lazy. Yes, that is 110 million% correct. They have been lazy. However, let's give them a chance. Let's see what they do with Fortnitemares. It looks like we're getting a little bit more build up to Fortnitemares this year, a little bit more consideration than we had in previous years. Live events are done. I have no idea how we got to that conclusion when we know that there's like there's a big live event on the way. We know it's coming. They've been working on it for months. So that's just a lie. Like that's just an outright lie. That's just wrong. We know that that's not true. V-Buck prices are increasing. Yes. Once again, welcome to being an adult. Here's the funny part. This is the funny thing about V-Buck prices increasing, right? The majority of people complaining about V-Bucks, I guarantee you guys aren't the ones buying them in the first place. Your parents are spending the price, they're spending the money on the V-Bucks, and they probably won't even notice the $2 price increase that happened. And if they do, they're still gonna buy them for you, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is, even for a lot of the people that are buying V-Bucks, the only responsibilities and the only thing you have in life to buy probably are the V-Bucks. You probably don't have to spend any money on anything significant. You have no bills. You have no responsibilities. Shut up and stop crying, okay? Things happen. And the fact that everybody just so happened to miraculously ignore the fact that the V-Buck prices are still less than they were 6 years ago. Epic found a new middle ground to where they're not gouging the customer, but they're also protecting their bottom dollar, I think was a smart business move and should be recognized and appreciated. They could have made the 13,500 V-Bucks $100 again, but they didn't. It's $89.99. Collabs are declining. Where? Hold on a second. Hold the phone. Hold on a second. Anyone see a decrease in collabs? We literally right now on the Fortnite island have My Hero Academia mythics in the game. Where's the lack of collabs? As a matter of fact, everyone was crying about how many collabs we had. We've been oversaturated with collabs. What did we have last season? Terminator, WWE, Jujutsu Kaisen. We're not pressed for collabs. Next point, 16% of employees are fired. First of all, my heart goes out to anyone that's lost their job at Epic. There's a lot of things to consider that are happening in the world that economically is going to have an effect on everyone. It is unfortunate that 16% of Epic employees got fired, but it's better 16% than 100%. Because if Epic doesn't make some adjustments, they're not going to be able to stay afloat. Now, the counter argument that I've been hearing is, well, they should have been smarter with their money. They didn't have to have all these lawsuits. Yeah, that's a great thing to say now in hindsight. Between the lawsuits that they're having with Apple and Samsung, as well as the Federal Trade Commission lawsuit, which hemorrhaged $500 million from them, I do feel as if Epic made some dumb moves. I'm reserved in my opinion about the lawsuit between Apple and Google. That one is a little up in the air for me because I don't know enough about it. The Federal Trade Commission lawsuit, where Epic got fined $500 million for their unlawful practices, gathering the information of minors, that was a little tough to justify, right? Yeah, Epic has made some mistakes, but here's something I want people to think about. Can any of you name a company that hasn't made bad financial decisions? This happens, man. I've seen people getting on Tim Sweeney's case. Everyone's trying to tell Tim Sweeney about how he should be running $1 billion company, but most of y'all can't even get 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel. Y'all can't even monetize yourselves. How are you gonna tell somebody what they should be doing with a multi-billion dollar company? It's easy for you to sit down from your perspective in your little room in your mom's house, outraged the fact that V-Bucks went from $7.99 to $8.99 that your mom is gonna have to now pay an extra dollar for, and then tell Tim Sweeney, how dare you fuck up the company? You're ruining the game. Another thing too, a lot of y'all have never worked a real job in your lives. 6 months of severance. I wish before I left my job, instead of me quitting, right? I wish they had have just laid me off and gave me 6 months of severance. I was talking to that nerd Chris about it the other day. Chris made a joke, but he was like, dude, that's a vacation. Those of you who, quite frankly, you don't understand the value of a dollar yet, because the biggest job you've had has probably been working at a pizza parlor or maybe a bowling alley or a GameStop or something, right? And that's not to demean those people, but there's a difference when you actually have a corporate job or you have a sales job and you've got numbers to meet. You don't even understand yet. You haven't lived enough life. A lot of you 16, 17, 18-year-olds that are upset. No, stop. You don't even pay taxes yet. Shut up. Save the world. Does anyone really care? Okay. Honestly, at the end of it, does anyone really care that Save the World is over? I mean, Save the World's not over, but it's no secret that Save the World hasn't had as much effort put into it as anything else. Save the World is literally on the bottom of the list. I also don't think that Save the World's over. Right? There's been no announcement saying that we're cutting all research and development, or we're cutting all development on Save the World. But once again, would that really change much? What's really happening in Save the World right now anyway? Epic owes over $245 million. We already talked about that Federal Trade Commission lawsuit, whatever. Yeah, that's a mistake that they made. Epic is relying on creative. Oh no! Epic wants to expand their game past the BR, because BR arguably is a dying genre in some ways. Also, I don't think BR is a dying genre. BR is not as popular as it used to be, but out of all the BRs that exist, Fortnite is king. Just like tactical shooters, right? Or looter shooters, or not sandbox shooters. Is it sandbox shooters? Just how those games, like, they had their heyday where they were super popular, and then yeah, the popularity kind of dies down, right? BR took over. BRs will always be around, and I guarantee you Fortnite's will always be the one that's on top, because it's the most versatile and does the most stuff. We gotta stop acting like BR's dead. Hey, creative's overtaking BR in terms of popularity, in terms of how many people are playing it, and average play time. The potential of Fortnite creative in so many ways is limitless, and that should be explored more. If you have the mentality that, or you have the argument that, well, it was either the 16% of the employees or the creators getting paid the 40%, you're absolutely 100% right. And if I'm being honest, I might be a little biased, to be fair, but regardless of my bias, I'm trying to look at this objectively. I think Epic made the right decision. This post right here, these are like really cringe takes. Nowhere in Tim Sweeney's letter to the people did it say anything about Fortnite being in jeopardy of shutting down. And I guarantee you the average 8-year-old child is not really concerned about layoffs over at Epic Games. Also, I find it interesting how everyone completely ignores the part of the letter where Tim Sweeney said no one that was part of their core, I think it was their core development team, no one in the core development team got let go. Some people are getting moved around. Some people did get laid off. But the people that are instrumental in making the game work and making the game fun, those people still have their jobs, because their positions have tremendous utility. The people that got let go for the most part were the ones that were reaching out to other content creators, or the ones that were in the marketing department, at least when it comes to Fortnite specifically. The response that I'm seeing from a lot of you guys, this is the reason why the vast majority of y'all will not be top tier content creators, because the moment something bad happens, you're like, holy shit, this is the end of the world. Fortnite is finished. Fortnite is dead. It's not always going to be a high, bro. Sometimes you're going to have streams with 500 people, and sometimes you're only going to have streams with 50. Sometimes you're only going to have streams with 10 or 20. You better be thankful for whatever amount of audience that you can pull as a content creator. You have to learn how to deal with the highs and the lows. Every content creator that goes for this, even the top ones. And this the same thing goes with Epic. So stop freaking out about Fortnite, because none of this has anything to do with Fortnite dying. The people that were let go they don't all work on Fortnite. You're acting like it's 900 Epic employees that all specifically worked on the Fortnite storyline that got cut. That has nothing to do with what's happening. The whole perception of what's happening is just off to me.